For 2,000 years, everyone thought blood worked like the tide, it flowed out to the body and was simply consumed by the tissues, while new blood was constantly created in the liver. It was a one-way street. But in 1628, an English physician named William Harvey did something no one had thought to do. He did the math. He realized the liver would have to produce 500 pounds of blood a day to keep up with that theory. Since that was impossible, he proposed a radical new idea: the blood isn't being used up. It's being recycled. Harvey's book, De Motu Cordis, on the motion of the heart, described the body as a closed circuit. He proved that the heart is a muscle that acts as a pump, pushing blood into the arteries, which then returns to the heart through the veins. To prove it, he performed a famous experiment on his own arm. By tying a ligature, a tight bandage, he showed that blood only flows toward the heart in the veins, blocked by tiny one-way valves. This was the first time physics and mathematics were used to explain biology. There was one problem with Harvey's theory: he couldn't see how the blood got from the arteries back into the veins. The connection was too small for the human eye. He predicted there must be invisible vessels connecting them. It wasn't until the invention of the microscope decades later that Marcello Malpighi finally saw the capillaries, proving Harvey right. It was a victory for the scientific method, proposing a theory based on logic and waiting for technology to catch up and prove it. Harvey's discovery was the final nail in the coffin for ancient Greek medicine. If blood was recycled, the practice of bloodletting, bleeding patients to balance their humors, made no sense. If you bleed a patient, you aren't just removing bad blood, you are draining the very fuel the heart needs to keep the system pressurized. While it took another 200 years for doctors to fully stop the practice, Harvey provided the intellectual foundation for modern cardiology. How did the discovery of circulation affect the human lifespan? The understanding of shock. Once we knew blood was a limited, recycled resource, surgeons began to understand why patients died from blood loss. This led to the very first, though highly dangerous, attempts at blood transfusions. Measuring vitality, Harvey's work eventually led to the invention of tools to measure blood pressure. By understanding the plumbing of the body, we eventually learned how to treat the silent killers of old age, hypertension and heart failure, adding decades to the human health span in the modern era. William Harvey turned the human body into a machine governed by the laws of motion. He showed us that life is a circle, and as long as the pump stays strong and the pipes stay clear, the flame of life keeps burning.